Hello, this reading is going to be for Gemini. This is going to be for the month of April. And we're going to see what we have for you. We're going to start with the Dream Oracle cards first. Okay, what can we get for Gemini for the month of April? That wanted to come out. We have childhood home. Remember where you're from and who you really are. We have lottery. Bet on yourself. What else can we get for Gemini for the month of April? We have color. Express your true feelings. Add some color to your life. We have falling. Drop into the deep end of your soul. Angel. Tap into your higher wisdom. And we have box. Reveal your secret power. So we're going to see what all these cards mean and how they correlate with you for the month of April. We do have lottery. Bet on yourself. Which means that you might need to take a risk or take a chance on something. Also, you could view it as like maybe playing the lottery if people still do that. Just, it may be a lucky day and just random things. Even if you don't do the lottery or whatever, not necessarily gambling, but sometimes just doing something that you've never done is what brings about fortunate beginnings and blessings in your life. So, you can't try to play the lottery or whatnot. We also have childhood home. So automatically that lets us know this is going to be something about your past or people from your past. So if you don't necessarily want to hear that, then... But let's see what we have for reveal your secret power. So I am curious to know like what your secret power is. Oh, what's for reveal your secret power? What's in the box? What do we have for that? We have the Princess of Cups and the Princess of Swords. So that is two princesses. So I feel like that's like small emotion, probably small talk, small chatter. But with that being like your secret power, for that's like you playing it small, even though you may be more, and that's probably why they're telling you to like bet on yourself or take a risk or something like that. But like your secret power, so I will fashion it to say that's like humility. That's somebody who knows that they're big, knows that they have a lot. I don't remember the last Gemini reading or what it was pertaining to, but that's somebody who knows they have a lot or know they can do a lot. But it's like preserving that for yourself, because we can't give all of ourselves to anyone. But like for that secret power, that's you being able to I don't want to say like a sneak attack, but I feel like that's like a sneak attack to your enemy, because they think that it's like almost this is all they think of you, or this is all they see. And then they don't know how big you really are, because this is what you reveal. This is what you show. This is what they see. And that's a sneak attack to the enemy, because they really don't know where to hit you. Because they don't know all of you. This is all they see. So even if they try, you're bigger than that. But you only show that part of yourself, or maybe you only show like one side of yourself. But this is like small. It's like a person who doesn't talk too much and doesn't like emotionally, how do you say that? Doesn't emotionally invest in things wholeheartedly if they don't believe in it. So it could be something where you try to make sure something is right before you invest in it emotionally. You try to make sure that you understand conversations before you... It's like a person who doesn't... I'm not going to butt in on anybody else's conversation because I don't even know what's going on. So it's like a person who is not doing that. And that's like your secret power. And they like... I'm here like stuns your enemies, because they really don't know how to really do anything to you, because the trick is they think that you're small, but you're actually bigger. So when they see how big you really are, they might really get afraid. But that also could be, because that is the designer. That could be that your secret power could be like the way you dress and the way that you communicate. And it could be that you talk to, because that's a princess. You might motivate people that are younger than you, that came up in the same scenarios that you came up in as well. But let's go to lottery. Bet on yourself. So We had a Prince of Wands and we have luxury. So that's attention. That's bet on yourself. So that's like once you bet on yourself, like you are going to be able to like get some attention. But it's like you have like a showstopper vibe. Like you can go from not doing anything. That goes back to this. So Gemini is a sign of duality or whatever. So I understand like both sides. Like you can go from doing this to just stealing the show in a heartbeat. Um, but it could be because I'm seeing like this person right here pointing at this person. You know how people be like, you're in time, I go sit in the corner. So it could be like as you try to spread your wings, because if you see this lady is open and that's a lot of color or whatever, that's a good vibration. That's good magnetization when you have like a lot of color or whatever. It's not like black and white. So they could be somebody trying to put you in the corner or telling you that you need to go to the top. Can't nobody put you in the corner because you're grown, but I'm saying how people will try to like make you purposely point you out in the crowd to like get you X'd out or something like that. So just be mindful of that, like every time that you try to address things or do things that people might just try to point you out in the middle of something. And you might not even have nothing to do with it, just to get you in this position. That's not really a position because you probably like your alone time, but just be mindful of people doing that, or people might be trying to bring you out. If you feel like you've been secluded, people might be trying to bring you out of that seclusion, like pointing at you like, hey Gemini, come to the front, there's a microphone right there, like we want you to say something, because the secret is you don't say much and you don't give much emotionally if the time is not right and you're not ready. And people are starting to notice that. So they're like, hey, we need you to come over here because you're holding some things in. Or holding some things back. Could be reasons why. What's for falling, dropping to the deep end of your soul? So that's the Prince of Disc, and that's your higher self. So with that, let that say dropping to the deep end of your soul, and then your soul card will come up. So that's like, because it is about money. Let me get one more card to see what this means before. Okay, so that could be, since it's going to drop into the deep end of your soul. So here to watch. So it could be this person or whatever. This person is going through a transition in their life where they're getting in touch with their soul, or just getting in touch with their higher self. Or if they don't even like believe in the whole higher self or soul thing or whatever, it's like they're getting in touch with their, not heart, with the sincerity of who they are. So this person is probably like going to open up more or be more, the word is specific about what they tell you, more details. It is virtue at the bottom. That's my pure card. So it's like this person is like going from, because this is the junkie promoter to me, going from like a person who probably all about money or rushing to get money, quick to try to get money, because this person will do anything to get it, to understanding like who they are as a person. So it's like a growth spurt. So that's very beautiful. What's for color? Um, Express your true feelings. So they could be somebody around you. It could be you if you're learning how to like money management, because that is the Prince of Disc. So the Prince of Disc gets wealthier as they learn how to manage their money, because they do get money, but the problem is how they manage it or whatever. So if that's you that's learning how to deal with those issues. But for color, we have express your true feelings, and we have the sun. So I feel like with that, it may be that your truth or the way that you say things or the way that you do things, whatever, cause strife with others. But at the end of the day, it does lead to the sunshine, or it does lead to like happiness. Like it might be a thing where you're speaking to people. Like if you see this card, it's like I said, black and white. You're speaking to people who think differently from you, or people who just want to contest everything that you say. But it is going to lead to the sun. So I feel like no matter what happens, like in the month of April, like you still have to express like your true feelings and be true to yourself. But that goes back to this secret power. Like You hold a lot back. I don't know if you're doing it purpose intention. I don't even know if you know that you're doing it. You don't really express, like, I guess, how you feel deeply, emotionally, and you don't verbalize it. Because this Princess of Swords, she doesn't say much. And the things she says is just like, I mean, it's not that deep. It's not that deep, which is okay because some people don't like going deep. I understand. Um, but it's like for the month of April, it's like you expressing your true feelings. Like you actually not saying that you're going deep, but like speaking directly to somebody's heart. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult to speak to somebody's heart and somebody feel you. That's something that you have to be speaking from your heart as well. But when you're like closed off or when you just like whatever, I don't want to deal with it, then you're not speaking from your heart. So, but with that being said, that's on true feelings in the sun. That's on strife. Let me see if I can get another card to figure out like why strife is right there. But it might cause some of, like I said, when you bet on yourself, it goes back to me saying this. I said when you bet on yourself, people might try to point you out and be like, you got to go over there, do something, and try to get you away from the situation because your truth may be more powerful than what they expect. Because this is what they expect, or this is what they see, or this is what they show. So, I mean, this is what you show, or this is what they see. And then when you really start to express your true feelings, they get mad because it's like, Gemini, you've been holding this information in this long and you ain't tell nobody. But it's like they may have a problem with it at first, but the sun comes out. Like they get more clarity as you speak. So it's just about speaking your truth. What's for Angel? And changing, you might change dramatic situations like this that are hectic. You might bring the light out in a lot of situations, or you might just bring about like peace. What is it? The mediator? I don't want to say you're a mediator, but you might just allow people to calm down. Sometimes people be arguing or fighting for nothing, and you can like cause them to see things more clearly, so they don't have to be doing that. We do have tap into your higher wisdom. We have oppression. For the angel, it did come out straight and then it flipped sideways. So with that, that's oppression. Victory and prudence. So this is like after being oppressed, like you're going to get a victory from your hard work because that's working hard. So this is like after being oppressed. It's like your wisdom. You might have been bound, like you might have not been able to express it because of the fact that this strife was going on, or because people were trying to stop you pretty much from saying what you had to say. So you just said the basics. You just say, what's the basics? Hi and bye. Hello, good morning. How are you? But you probably had more to say than that, and they didn't want to give you their right to speak. Sometimes people will try not to give us their right to speak. That's what this person over here. It's just like, you got to go back over there. But it's like you had something to say. It doesn't matter what it is. It could have been at like a cookout. Could have been anywhere. It could have been at a fashion show. Just you being able to say how you feel about something. Like when you have your meetings and everybody gets an opinion, and then they get to the Gemini like, oh, we can't, either they don't want to listen or now we're out of time. Something just miraculously happened to where the Gemini is not able to say their part or whatever. But like for the month of April, you're going to be allowed to speak your truth, and you're not going to be oppressed. It's an angel that's bound. What he said, I'll fix your broken wings, Maroon 5. So it's an angel that's bound or just like oppressed. That's what this was? Yeah, bet on yourself. Spread your wings. And it could just be that somebody doesn't want you to spread your wings. Somebody might not want you to fly because it is a person, and it does go back to the stripe. They don't want you to really tell your truth or express how you feel. That's just the jealousy. This strife is just the jealousy of things like that. But I feel like you're still a hard worker, and you're still going to get a victory regardless of what anybody may feel or anything. But I feel like those same people that may like, doubt you or feel some type of way about you or have something to say, like they're going to, I don't know, not necessarily jump on a bandwagon. I'm trying to fashion my words the correct way because I understand that people don't really, but not jump on the bandwagon, but like, how you make somebody a believer who didn't believe what Kevin Gates said, made men believe when they didn't believe. Dive in the booth, no safety harness. Yeah. What is that song? 24 hours. Gee, I don't get tired. I let you other niggas sleep. Okay, what's for childhood home? Is that song? Is that 24 hours? I don't know. But anyway, I made men believe when they didn't believe. You know, so that's like people who might not have believed in you or whatever, finally, like, understanding you and believing in you. This is a lot of cards, so this is about the past. It is what I was saying. So we do have the intuitive card. We have cruelty. Oh, no. We have cruelty and the devil. We have science, and we have the helper, and we have ace of wands, which is clarity. We have interference, wow, and the ace of this. That's oh man, that's turning over a new cycle, but that's also like a big chunk of money, bro. So I guess since I said childhood home, so like in the past, I mean you probably already know this or whatever. So in the past, or people from your childhood home may have tried to be cruel to you because you were the high priestess, because you were intuitive. Like they may have seen it as like because you know when they say people are intuitive or they have dreams, like they see it. Because I grew up religious, so you grew up religious, then they just sometimes they don't vibe with it. I'll say it like that. Like they could have been trying to cause cruelty to you and probably trying to. And even if they didn't feel like you having insight was not correct, they felt like they would just try to stop your peace of mind and just. You see how this is over here? This is sending you like unhealthy patterns. So like your childhood just may have been filled with unhealthy patterns from like family, from like your parents or anything like that. But these are people who have a certain ideal, so they felt like it was good for them to do these things. We do have the helper card, but at some point, um, they had some help. This is clarity, and this is interference. So, dang Gemini, that's like I'm talking about y'all want me to say it or what? There's like a okay, so that's like a lot of people. But like for the month of April, just be mindful that people trying to interfere with your intuition. You see how all these cards are right here? She's over here by herself. So it's like no matter what you're doing or no matter where you're going, even if you're feeling like being to yourself, there is people or situations that have probably tried to cause cruelty and might still be in the process of just trying to interfere with your money. But it's like also somebody's going to help you have clarity over where the interference came from. And like with this, I always see this as full circle. So it's like it's going to come full circle to where not only does it go back to them, but full circle is you understanding why they did it. So it's more of a thing where I don't want to say they were trying to cut off your intuition, but like since we have the ideal card, like I have to let you know that these people who had unhealthy behavior patterns and stuff like that, and this was their idea, this was their belief. Like they people hold on to their belief. What their belief is, that's their religion. So it's not necessarily having a religion, Baptist, it's not all of those things. Your religion sometimes is just what you believe. If you believe pink is purple, that's your religion. Like that's purple, that's your belief. So these people just believed in that, and that's what they I don't want to say that's the agenda they served, but because that was their belief, they kept up. All right, they kept up the antics of whatever they was doing because they didn't feel like it was impure, unhealthy, but clearly it was because it says childhood home. But also with that, I feel like as you begin to be more intuitive and allow yourself to be at peace, it's going to cause cruelty to anybody with unhealthy behaviors because that's the devil. It's going to cause cruelty to people who have that type of mentality, like devilish mentality or whatever, because of their ideas. Because you see how she's still sitting here. I have to go back. She's sitting here, and this is going. The cruelty, the swords are going to this person. So this person is going to have to deal with those swords. I think I said this one time to Gemini, like y'all awaken somebody or something. But this is it's amazing to me or whatever to see this come about, but it's like the cruelty going back to them and you just being in your intuition and peaceful. And I feel like people in your childhood home probably felt like you being modest is the word, you being modest, because it goes back to this. So I get it now. Okay, so but at the same time, it's gonna cause cruelty to them for like their ideals. It's just gonna ruin their ideas. It's like when people realize, damn, we do have to change because Gemini had said something, and it goes back to me saying like you probably hadn't said nothing at first. So it's like addressing them, letting them know, hey, yeah, that that's not healthy. You know, that's not healthy. But this is gonna help them have clarity. Because you see, help. So you're the one helping. You're helping somebody, or you're helping a shift, or whatever we're saying like that. You're helping a shift that's going on. What was that? That was last time when they said they can't change until they meet you. But anyway, helping them have clarity or whatever, and it might interfere with like money. So Gemini, I feel like money is involved with this, but I even say like for the person. Am I getting? I feel like I might be getting loud. Okay, so I feel like money because I'm getting it, so I understand it. So when I get excited, um, the Prince of this falling into the deep end of your soul. So basically, these were people who like I'm hearing like money making machine. These are people who were just like worried about money and weren't worried about like their behavior, and felt like their money could pay for their bad behavior, even if they did something. Because you know how some in a relationship, your boyfriend do something, then he just go buy you a gift, he could buy you a car, buy you whatever, buy you flowers, and now you're supposed to be forgiven, all supposed to be well. But they never said sorry. This is like their apology. I'm gonna buy you a flower, I'm gonna buy you a car, I'm gonna take you shopping, I'm gonna take you to a restaurant. But we never hear the words, I apologize for my behavior, I apologize and I wanna do better, because they, covered up with the gifts and all that. Anyway, but this is like that scenario. So they may have even gifted you money or given you something um, to let you know that they apologize. But it's like they have to, they're understanding that they have to do more than just like give you things or try to cover up a crime. Bribery, girl, bribery. To try to bribe you not to say anything, So just be mindful of people trying to bribe you not to, so that you won't say anything and confront the issues that have been going on. So anyway, that goes back to the Princess of Swords and the Princess of Cups. This is where you have not really said much or done much about what has happened or emotionally invested in these people. And this is why the cruelty and the behavior patterns are going on, because they're realizing why Gemini didn't even address us or say nothing. So it's like a person like Gemini, you know that these people have like traits that are probably unbecoming. And you probably know like, and it's almost like you see the worst in people and you see the best in people, because that's the color, that's expression of true feelings, that's the stripe and the sun. It's like I see the worst in people and I see the best in people, because you're supposed to, because it's almost, they say if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. But you can always find something good to say about a person, no matter how ugly they are, no matter how beautiful they are. You can always find something ugly to say, and you can see that. Most people can't see that. So Gemini, the attack on your life really is because people are like, you know a little bit more than what you're saying, and you understand like how emotions work and how they minister to a person and how they can make a person feel free. Just like crying is a form of release, and a lot of people don't like to cry, or they feel like crying is for babies or weak. But how else do you release? And they say men go to the gym, adrenaline and all that, but what did life say? I'm a man and we cry or whatever. Even men have to cry sometimes. So, but people don't understand that because they don't have the color express your true feeling. They don't always express their true feelings. So that's like people in your childhood home, like realizing that it's the innocent word coming for me. So they probably realize that you were innocent, but at the same time, like they might just be a little bit. I don't have a disappointed card, and that is the finalization of the reading. But they might feel like you knew a little bit more than you told them. So it's like you going to get recovery for yourself and going to deal with your trauma. These people feel like you left them in theirs, basically. And they feel like you should have said something. But let me see if I can get one more card for the Princess of Swords, because this is you not telling them or whatever. But you might have tried to tell them how to get help, or you might have not felt like you was going to work to tell them, because some people you can't tell them nothing, child. You can't tell them nothing. And these people may have been like that because we have the ideas. They may have just been stuck in their own beliefs and stuck in their own patterns that even if you would have said something at that time, they wasn't going to realize it. But like they realize it now. But what's the reason for Gemini with the Princess of Swords and the Princess of Cups? But you do have a victory, and it's something that you worked hard for. Even if the victory is coming out of oppression, as in, coming out of oppression as an earth angel, or just coming out of oppression of being bound, not being able to spread your wings because people don't want you to gain. So this helps you to gain. This is how you stay supreme, because it's like you're not entertaining like deep conversations or like a lot of deep emotions with people, because it's like I want my own peace of mind. I just feel like this is peace of mind and this is serenity. So I understand like sometimes you just want your own peace of mind. If you notice, you both of these cards, or this lady is laying up, relaxed and minding her business in the water, in the pool, bathing, but this is her comfort zone. So I feel like your secret power is you don't let nobody take you out of your comfort zone. That's what it is. But but like I said, they did say you have to take a risk or whatever right here on bet on yourself. But at the same time, you know, people, it brings about like unwanted attention when you do stuff like that. Y'all know that Marvin Sapp song, I'm coming out of my comfort zone. Some of the places in my life that's comfortable. God is challenging me, trust and believe. For to go where I'm not going. I must do what I'm not done. So it's a comfort zone. So, but that helps you gain. So it's not a comfort zone where you're afraid to come out of it. It's just a comfort zone to where, okay, you know yourself. To thine own self be true. But that's what people are seeing about you. But this goes back to these people. So them feeling like the cruelty is coming to this guy and like this pattern. This is just a group of people who might have to go through this for pretty much doing what they did to you, or even seeing you the way they saw you. But at the same time, it goes back to me saying this part. You might not have said much about what they did. You might not have even expressed emotionally to them how they really hurt you. And so with you like moving forward with your life and just gaining your victory, it's like, man, okay, I see it, but I can't explain it. I see it. I see what they showing me, but I can't explain it to you guys because I don't want to. But yeah, so that's just like what's it's not a bounce back. I don't know what it is, but you know how you just not a ricochet, not a ricochet. But anyway, just you getting yourself together and working hard to obtain your victory has allowed like for these people over here to feel, I want to say the sting. Feel the sting of who you are. But I also feel like with you not saying nothing or doing anything, like that helped you. Because you know how sometimes confrontation does not solve the problem or whatever. So you like relaxing and just like, you know what, I ain't even gonna worry about it. I ain't gonna say nothing. So it's like a person calling you, be like, Gemini, you okay? You like, yep, I'm okay. But you know deep inside that they did something to you. And you know deep inside that they hurt you, but you're not expressing it to them. But this is like them like realizing, okay, we did cause cruelty to Gemini on their own. But this them dealing with the behavior patterns that they have. It's like toxicity or whatever, but I don't want to just, you know, it's just behavior patterns. Everything is not just like toxic, like it's a behavior pattern. So like, even with this person right here, this person is starting to get more into their soul and getting more into learning. And Gemini, you could have brought forth this change in these people just by, because you know, if you ignore a person or a situation for so long, like they're going to have to deal with that. They're going to have to deal with that. But if you keep addressing somebody or pulling it out there and pointing it out to them, they're not going to see. You know how you can tell somebody something for them ago. You can tell them for the longest, but they'll never see it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so thick in it, in the middle of things. So it's like you relaxing and minding your business is going to cause these people right here, or these scenarios, even if it's a group, is going to, and it is going to interfere with their pocket. But since it's the full circle, and the full circle is at the end of this reading, that means at some point they did this to you and it just goes back around, right? Like the karmic wheel. But I do feel like since we have the helper here, this is helping them to have clarity. We do have clarity. So this is not like punishment or whatever. This is not like an eye for an eye. This is helping them to see the error of their ways. They may have already dealt with like karma and having an eye for an eye. Like even if that happens, like we do want people to eventually, hopefully, like grow and change. You know what I mean? So this is like them actually being able to have clarity and actually being able to grow and change. So I'm about to give you an angel message so you guys can get up out of here. I do a prayer, I explain it well, but do know that you can bet on yourself because you do have the lottery. You might could just buy a ticket, see what happens. Who knows? But you do have situations where you might have to deal with like people being hard on you or whatever, just trying to address you for no reason. But it is going to lead to the sun. It is going to be a victory that you worked hard to achieve. We do have manifest. So something you've been trying to manifest or something that you've been working on is going to come to pass in the month of April. I can't tell you what that is, but it say you already know. So you already know what that is, something you've been working on. So Gemini, that is the end of your reading. I do love you. I do pray that you understood this reading, and I pray that you have an amazing April, and I will see you guys again next time.